Stop recording.
Hi guys, so I figured I would do a quick story for you guys. I'm actually making lunch. I'm waiting for it to finish cooking, so I'm going to tell a story about something that happened to me when I went to the Colorado Center for the Blind. I actually have a lot of stories, but I'll tell them because give me ideas for story time. Give me an idea because I would be here all day if I told you guys all of them because I was there for 2 months. So let's see. So one time in particular, so I had an apartment with three people, me, my counselor, and then 2 roommates. So it was my one roommate, Tamila. I'm gonna get by name so it doesn't get confusing, and then my other roommate, Amelia. So I had those were their names, Tamila and Amelia. So I remember one night, my counselor. Well, every Sunday, my counselor had her night off because the counselors each one had a different night off. So Sunday was our counselor's night off, so we were in the apartment alone.
Facebook notification. And Facebook. Brent shared the North Faces post.
There was one time where the counselor had a weekend off, so we basically had the apartment to ourselves. But let's see, so we were teenagers. I was 15, Amelia was 15, and Tamila was 19. So I remember one night we were in the apartment, and my counselor had her night off, and they had a going away party for one of the counselors that was leaving at her other, at another apartment. One of the counselors was leaving, so they had a going away party for him. And not everybody went. It was just, some people that went, so it wasn't, the whole... everybody was invited, but not everybody went. So I didn't go, my roommate Amelia didn't go, and my other roommate Tamila went because she actually was dating one of the guys in his apartment. So I remember Amelia and I were in the apartment alone, and my counselor wasn't there. She was on her night off, and we were in the apartment alone. I was sitting on the sofa, just minding my own business. The place was quiet. I didn't think anything was going on. No,
Facebook notification. Facebook. Brent added a new photo.
Yeah, the place was really quiet. So I thought maybe, she was on her laptop doing something, or maybe on the phone or sleeping. Because Amelia was in the room, I was on the couch. So I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, there was a knock on the door. So, obviously, I answer it. So it was the guy from downstairs, the guy from below us. And he said, can you guys please keep it down? And I said, I'm not making any noise. I think my roommate might be doing something. Maybe she's doing something. And he said, somebody's bouncing, it sounds like. And I said, okay, maybe my roommate's doing something because I'm not doing anything. I was just sitting here in the living room. So he said nicely, can you please tell her to stop? Because I'm trying to go to bed. I have to get up early tomorrow. I have a meeting. So, can you please tell her to stop for me? So I did. I actually told her, I went in the room and I told her, I said, look, the neighbor from downstairs was just here and he asked you to please stop making noise. And she said, I'm not doing anything. So I go back out to the living room, go back on the couch. I was laying on the couch, and all of a sudden, there was another knock on the door. So at this point, I was laughing. I don't know why I was laughing, because it's let's just laugh at nothing. So I went to the door and I was laughing about it, and I opened the door, and it was the guy from downstairs again, and he said, look, I know you think this is funny, but it's not. It's disrespectful. Someone is bouncing, and if it doesn't stop tonight, I'm going to call the police. So I was I said, look, we're not doing anything. So he said, go talk to your roommate while I'm standing here and ask her to stop. So I talked to her. I said, look, you're bouncing. The neighbor from downstairs is here. Again, he said that one of us is bouncing and I'm not bouncing. And she said, tell him we're not doing anything. And she wouldn't come out. She wouldn't come with me and tell him herself that she wasn't doing anything. So I told him, because he was waiting. I said, look, I just talked to her. She said she's not doing anything. And he said he was really mad at this point. And I don't blame him. He's trying to go to sleep, and he hears bang, bang, bang right above him. So he was like, no, someone is bouncing. And he went and he demonstrated what he was hearing. So he was like he was just like pounding on the floor with his foot, like demonstrating what he was hearing. And I said, no, I talked to her, and I'll talk to her again. And he's just said to stop, or he's going to call the police. So I went back in the room, and I went back in the apartment, and I was like laughing, but like my roommate thought I was just laughing at nothing, like because like I tend to just laugh a lot. So she had the door locked, and I told her to open the door. So she did, and I was like, look, the neighbor said, if you don't stop tonight, whatever you're doing, he's gonna call the police. And she was like laughing. Now, like, at this point, we were both laughing, and she was like, oh shit, I better stop before we get in more trouble. So what wound up happening was she really was doing something. So what wound up happening was she likes to listen to music with her headphones in and bounce on the bed. And that was what she was doing. And she wasn't admitting to what was going on. I mean, we were lying to him. And I mean, I guess I was at fault because I was lying to him too by saying, oh, we're not doing anything. But I didn't know. I mean, it was quiet. I mean, we weren't doing anything. I mean, that I was aware of. So I guess, like, maybe instead of me just, like, speaking for my roommate and saying, oh, she's not doing anything, maybe I should have told him, like, oh, hold on while I get her. But, like, she was, I could have done that, and then, like, she could have made a fool out of herself or something like that, and, like, but, like, because I was, like, speaking for her, so I probably shouldn't have been doing that, like, but she was, like, but I should have, like, told her, like, maybe done that, and then, like, but the thing is, like, she probably wouldn't have came out because she was hiding. Like, she didn't want to, like, I don't know, she didn't want to be seen. She didn't want to, like, she was hiding. So I think she knew she was doing something. So she was just, like, hiding from the situation so she wouldn't get in trouble. But, but it was too late. I mean, she did get in trouble, like, so, because, like, the first time when I came in the room after the guy came, the first time I was all, like, laughing. And she thought I was just laughing about nothing. And then she's just like, what? And then I told her, and I was like, no, you gotta stop making noise. And she said, well, if he comes again, just tell him we're not doing anything. So, like, I think she was wrong by not admitting to what was going on. I mean, I guess I could see where I was wrong because I was speaking for her instead of saying, oh, let me get her, because maybe she was doing something and I wasn't aware of it, which in this case, that was what was happening. But she was bouncing on the bed with her headphones in. So, and then, like, obviously she was wrong by not admitting to what was going on. But, I remember my other roommate, Tamila, because she was at the party, so she wasn't there. So we told her, we were both, because when she came in, we were both laughing, and she didn't know. We were laughing for like 5 minutes, and we told her what happened, and she was like, all right, guys, calm down, because she was older than, like, all of us. So, yeah, and then my counselor actually found out about it because because when we get a noise complaint, what they do is, because it's a center, so the apartment complex, like the manager, whatever you want to call them, they call the center. Like, when a neighbor complains about us, they complain to the manager, and then they call the center, and then they let us know. So we get a lot of noise complaints, and we got a lot of noise complaints. Like, just because the neighbors didn't knock on the door didn't mean they didn't complain. So we got a lot more complaints than, like, actual people just knocking on the door and just asking us nicely to keep it down. But also, just because the neighbors come up and knock on the door and say, hey, can you keep it down? That also doesn't mean that they're not going to complain. So, I mean, even though they knock on the door, they're still going to complain. So, either way, they're going to complain. So, yeah, we almost got kicked out because we got so many noise complaints because all of us were always, like, blasting music and dancing and stuff. So, yeah. So, let's see. But my counselor found out about it, and, she's like, yeah, I found out about what happened last night, and you were laughing about it. And I was like, yeah. So, I didn't know what else to say. So, I'm like, yeah, I was laughing about it. So, let's see. So, yeah, that's basically my story for today. And, if you liked it, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. And I will see you guys in my next video. All right, bye, guys.